Something we've been able to do really well with businesses is building out content systems for them. Now, you have a lot of companies out there that struggle when it comes down to content. They're not too sure what to create, how to create it, how to batch content. They're not even too sure on who to speak to, who their true customer is, what's their ICP. These are all things that are heavily overlooked, especially now we're in an era where AI has become pivotal in all of our day-to-day operations. Some people are not too sure how to use it. So the information they're putting out there is very generic. It sounds like everybody else. Something we've done really well when we work with businesses, and this is something that you need to look at if you're running and building an agency. If you're selling a product, whether it's online, direct to consumer, whether it's in a store, brick and mortar business, you have to make sure that your messaging is correct. You need to understand who you're speaking to. You need to understand who your true customer is. What are you selling? What problem are you solving? Who are you speaking to? How do you translate this message to your ICP? Who is your ICP? Now, ICP is just your ideal customer persona, the person you ideally want to buy your product. So if let's say you're in the health and wellness industry, and let's say you're selling an electrolyte, how do you speak to the person that you want to buy your product? So these are a few things that I look at. When does your customer use it? Where do they use it? Why would they need to use it? What problem is your product actually solving? So let's say with an electrolyte, what problem are you solving? Hydration, muscle recovery, overall wellness. So how can you translate this to your customer? If I was scrolling social media or you was targeting me with an ad, how would you go about the messaging? Why would I stop and watch your video or stop and look at your static creative? How would I know from what you're showing me that this is the product that's for me? There's a few things you can do. First and foremost, you can call things out. What sort of age demographic is using your product? What do they do on a day-to-day basis? Where can you find them? There's a company we're working with right now, and they're in the health and wellness space, and their product is centered around focus and productivity. Now, we came in and helped them with their ICP and understanding who their true customer is. It's a creator-led business, so naturally they have a lot of eyeballs and reach and awareness for top of funnel. But when it comes down to the middle of their funnel and the bottom of the funnel, you need to have clear messaging. So what we done, we worked with them closely, we understood who their true customer was, we listed out all of the pain points that their ICP would be going through. So they lack focus, they're not able to complete tasks, they're not able to get things done. If they have a family, their work might overspill into the evening where they can't spend time with their kids or their partner. We spoke about all of these real life things, and then we communicated that through the messaging. And it was in sync across the board, from social media content to email content to the website funnel, everything. As a result, it makes it easier and it helps you actually sell your product. Now, just because you do that, it doesn't mean that you're going to start selling stuff off the shelf straight away, but it's a good start, because a lot of businesses today are trying to do way too many things, and they may lack in actually having a clear focus and understanding who they need to be selling to. When it comes down to content, the system that we've developed where we can do a few shoots every month, between 2 to 3 shoots per month, and we have 2 to 3 months worth of content. The way we've been able to do this is by having long form content. Let's say, for example, if you're a health and wellness business, and let's say you're selling electrolytes or a hydration product, you will get professionals together. You can have different setups, let's say on a podcast, with people that are credible and understand the space, people that have developed products, and you can get true value from these people without selling your product. From one shoot that can probably spend 45 minutes to an hour, you've already got 3 to 4 weeks worth of content there. You have other scenarios where if you, for example, are working to attract a particular avatar customer that you want to attract within your business, you can go out and reach out to UGC creators that you've given the product to, and they're actually using your product and they're benefiting from it, and you can have interviews set up where you can speak with them and find out their true experience. Not scripted, not overly planned, but it's just super clear on how it's benefiting them, what it's doing to support them, what's changed since they've started using your product. And we've been able to do things like that and clip it into short form content across social media. There's other things you can do, right? When people are running their business, imagine you're a founder, for example, and you're responsible for product operations, you have a team, you've got to think about website, ads, emails, content, and that's not your skill set. It's not your speciality. You specialize in building businesses, bringing people together, developing a great product with team members. Then you have to think about all of this other stuff that you haven't been trained to do. And then you try to do it solo, you try to operate a camera, you try to edit yourself, you try to build your website, you try to run your own ads, it just doesn't work. So as a result of that, we've built our agency, and I've built this agency understanding what pain points founders go through in their businesses, how they struggle to reach their customer, how they struggle to build awareness, to convert people, to build the right sort of website that has the right sort of messaging, how to structure their email so they can retain people that come to their site. All of these different things are not the easiest things to do, but if you have clear structure and you don't try to overcomplicate things, it's very easy to go from being a startup to becoming a profitable business. But look, there's so many other companies we've worked with. So for example, we've worked with retail brands, like brands that are selling clothing. We've worked with supplement companies, beverage companies, brick and mortar businesses. And regardless of what industry they're in, it's always the same thing: how to acquire new customers and at what cost you're acquiring a customer. We were recently working with a female fast fashion brand, and they had an amazing business. They clearly had a customer base, but they struggled with creating the right sort of content that will convert their customers online. So we came in, we developed a system, we done just one shoot, and from that one shoot, we were able to develop 6 weeks worth of content, over a month's worth of content. They had never done that before. They were creating content one day, editing, trying to edit the same day, trying to get it out the same week. They never had no true system. At the same time, they're doing fulfillment, they're trying to produce new clothes with their manufacturer, and it was all over the place. Not because the founder wasn't good, but because there was no clear systems. On the other hand, we've worked with finance companies and property companies. For example, people that are running an estate agent and they're selling commercial property and residential property, but they're not too sure how to find the right sort of buyers and genuine buyers to come and take interest into their projects. So what did we do? We helped them to develop a campaign, the right sort of creative, speaking to the right person that's going to invest in their projects. We then helped them to use their existing customer database to upload it into the ad system, the ad platforms, and we used that data to find similar people across the platforms. Then we ran a campaign to get the right sort of leads. But this is the problem. Anybody can run a campaign and get leads, but not everybody knows how to qualify the leads. So we developed a campaign, we ran the ads on social media, but we went through a very specific lead qualification process. This is where a lot of companies go wrong, and this is where agencies, I hate to call ourselves an agency because the agency world is fragmented. There isn't a great reputation out there. Within the agency world, it's known that the most attention is given to the client that's paying the most. And that's why I've built and we've built this agency different. We partner with people. We partner with the companies that we work with, and we don't take hundreds of customers on because at the end of the day, we're more concerned on quality over quantity. We're happy to have less clients, but businesses that are truly going somewhere, businesses that have a great vision. If I can see that the founder of that business has vision and executes, I'm more than happy to bring my team, we plug them into that business, and we help them however we can to scale, to grow, to get new customers, and to be within the top 1%. Now, these things don't happen overnight, but we have an attitude that says to these companies, look, we know you haven't got it figured out. We have the right team. We're going to plug ourselves into your business. We're going to take care of all of these different parts and integrate into your team. So you feel like we're an in-house team anyway. And anytime you need us, we're here to support. I have a close relationship with the founders because at the end of the day, anyone that's paying you money to grow their business or to support their business, they don't want to feel like a number. I've seen so many agencies out here and I've heard so many horror stories. And don't get me wrong, when we first started, we didn't always get it right. So I don't want to sit here and make it seem like we've always got it right. Every person we've worked with, been the best of experiences. If I'm going to be totally transparent with you, there's a few times we've got it wrong, but we're bold enough to say that. And we've used those experiences to become better over the years. Now, recently, over the past few years, we haven't got it wrong. But in the very beginning of building this agency, just like most people, I was taking on everybody and anybody because I wanted to have a lot of clients within the business. I wanted to have so many different retainers. And the truth was, some of the companies that I took on just wasn't a right fit. But because I wanted to close a deal, I would onboard them, it would go well for a few months, and then it would just crumble for a variety of reasons. One, because the fee that I had agreed with them wasn't sustainable and they couldn't keep up with it, or maybe we couldn't keep up with it because it wasn't enough for me to resource the right people to deliver on these projects. These are all things that other founders might not tell you because they want to come across as like perfect and proper all the time. But the truth is, this is just business. This is how it is. Sometimes you make a bad call, but the main thing is you have to learn from it, you improve, and you make better calls moving forward. Now, moving on. So look, thanks for hanging around, for watching this video. There's more videos to come. I'm on this journey of building my YouTube channel, so please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.